Okay, so the 4 days after the murder, there were 36 phone calls that were made using the car phone in the Lexus. A lot of those calls were to your family and friends and so forth. But there was also a call that was made to Sheriff Hubert Stone's son, Hubert Larry Deese.
Right.
And allegedly, the son was doing some sort of drug deals with Larry.
Okay, he's the guy that they were probably, he was pretty much the head of that particular branch of the operation.
Okay. There's allegedly a connection between the sheriff's son and Larry in terms of drug trafficking.
Yeah, and like I was saying, Larry Deese went to prison. He was debriefed. According to him, he was doing ride-alongs with the sheriff, with the guy that came to my house to arrest me that was behind my house, named Mark Locklear. I think Mark Locklear went behind the house to shoot me when I came out. I thought they think that I probably thought, okay, if this guy run out the back door, Mark, you go ahead and kill him, and case is over. Case is solved, and nothing comes out. But Larry Deese, he pled guilty to that. He was debriefed. He's the one that says, what you're just saying right now. We do know that that police the police interrogated him. That the FBI told them to question him about his phone number was the first person called from that car. He was the first person called from that car. And I don't know him. I don't know this guy. I never worked with him. Larry's admitted to knowing him. He's admitted to knowing Larry. But I don't know, period. But that was the first person that was called from the car. And like I said, I know from my own knowledge, and I know that just Larry's cousin confirmed it before we was locked up. So it's not like we told her what to say or would tell her to say something that would incriminate Larry. That he was planning on coming up there to bring dope up there. So it's like pretty much indisputable that he went out there to pick up some drugs. Whether they sent him out there, I don't know. But I do know that he had a warrant for his arrest. Larry had a warrant out for his arrest for serious felonies like armed robberies and assault that I didn't know about at the time. Like, I don't think I knew about was what he was telling me he was facing. I'm thinking it's like a big lead. He never told me about the robberies and the assault charges. Like, I never knew about that until we got locked up. But I knew he had a warrant out for his arrest. And I knew that he didn't have to go to court. Like, the police stopped us in the car. They stopped us in the car on a day, a couple of days after the murder took place. He got out of the car, spoke to him. We got back in the car, and we went on to Fayetteville. So, that's why when I was locked up, that's why I didn't cooperate with the police. Because, I'm pretty sure you understand that if you're dealing with police where you pretty much everything's corrupted on some level, right? You always have things that's not what it should be in an institution. But if you know that people involved in it, there's something that's that organized, you don't know if the police you're talking to is actually a person that's involved. As soon as you say the wrong thing, he's going to get you killed or something. And that's something I testified about in 1995, before police were videos shooting people in the back. That's what I told the judge in 1995 at the suppression hearing. Listen, bro, I don't know if you were going to shoot me in the back or what. I don't know. The only thing I know is what Larry was telling me, and what has since come out. That's all I know, and we know with regard to that.
So, 11 days after the murder happened, they actually found Jordan Sr.'s body draped over a tree in Gun Swamp. And they didn't actually know who it was, so they ended up cremating the body. So it was essentially a John Doe. So at what point did you actually get arrested?
I was arrested. They came and picked me up. The last full day I was on the street was Friday the 13th. So they arrested me on Saturday the 14th, August the 14th, 1993.
Okay. And the family of Jordan, they actually waited 3 weeks after he was missing to actually report a missing person. And then 7 days after they actually found the Lexus. So some time had passed between the murder and them actually connecting the dots and figuring out that this was James Jordan Sr. So you get arrested and you get questioned, interrogated for like 7 hours. Is that correct?
Yeah, it may have been, it's about that, may have been longer. It was like all night. They came and got me about, I can't say the exact time, maybe 10, 11 o'clock, maybe. They kept me in into the morning to the sun rose. And they took me to the magistrate's office. So when they took me to the magistrate's office, I could look out and see that it was light outside. So I was literally up all night. And to be honest with you, I was kind of high. Like when they came and got me, I had just took a bowl hit of some weed. You know what I mean? Because I was getting ready, I was going to go to sleep.
Okay. So you're 18 years old. You're being interrogated for 7 hours or so, and you have no lawyer present.
Yeah, they told me that, and I was so ignorant, man, because when they came and got me, they said, hey, man, we just want to talk to you about some stolen car parts. So I know what it's about, right? When they came in, when the police surrounded my house, I didn't know who it was, though, at first. And I'm thinking, okay, these guys coming looking for Larry. I called Larry. I said, man, these guys is over here. And he was on the phone talking to his ex-girlfriend, but his baby mother. And they were arguing or something. He said, bro, let me call you back later. He's thinking I'm bullshit. So I called him back. I said, listen, man, I'm serious. Like, they're over here. And I said, you know what? Matter of fact, it's the police, because they, brought the radio out. You heard the sound, and, so I said, okay, it's the police. And I was like, listen, man, if they lock me up, because I was out on parole, this was before my charge got vacated, and I want to go back to that charge at some point. But, so he had advance warning. He knew that they were coming to him, you know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, just if they lock me up for like violating his parole or whatever, he said, I'm not saying, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to tell him what I know. I said, just try to get some money to my mother, man, to make sure she's okay, and then she can buy me out. So that's how that went.
Okay. Now, during the interrogation, they told you that Larry was actually cooperating and saying that you were the trigger man.
No, that's not what happened. They interrogated me for hours and hours. When they left, came back, and they said something that Larry told me when Larry initially told me it happened with regard to him defending himself, because when he first told me, basically, okay, he's saying that he's meeting this guy, and this guy, tried him, so he had to defend himself. So when the police, the guy named Art Bonder, he said something in that context, and so when he said that, I knew that they had to have Larry. That's the only way I even knew, because you think about it, I just, like as I was just telling you, when I talked to Larry, he knows the police just got me. He's supposed to, get in the wind. He's supposed to, disappear or do whatever he's going to do. I didn't know that he turned himself in, and his dad and his cousin, who was a police officer, brought him down there. So it wasn't until then that I realized that they had Larry in custody. All the way up until then, the way that I was lying was, partly predicated on protecting him and keeping him in the dark, because I know what I did, right? So I know, okay, if, no matter what happens, I know what I did. I don't know how much time it carries. I know I don't want to go back to prison, but whatever it is, I could do it, because I know it can't carry that much time, especially with him telling me what he told me as far as it being self-defense. So I'm trying to protect Larry. He had a baby coming on the way. And, he's, look white. So I know that for a white guy to go into prison in 1993, well, that's the worst experience than it would be for me. You understand? Yeah, but that's so they never told me, like, oh man, Larry, it wasn't until they came back in that they started making different allegations against, Mr. Jordan. It just, didn't even make sense to me why they would even do that. But with Larry, I don't, like I said, I think that that's what they told him. They told him, okay, Daniel's over there telling the truth now. He's saying that you did this and you did that. You killed this man. That's not true. They came to me with a written statement that they wanted me to sign. They wrote out a statement outside of my presence and said, look, man, if you sign this piece of paper, you're going to get accessory after the fact. And during the actual interrogation, you can see where he brings up the accessory after the fact. I said, man, I know somebody got, and I say accessory after the fact to murder. And so I said, man, I know somebody got a life sentence for accessory after the fact. I just got out of prison. He said, man, you don't have no reason to trust me, but here's the book, and this is what you get, and that's what you're guilty of. Then he started, once he started I wasn't cooperating with him, he said, okay, I can't really break this nigga. So, now we're going to come with the scary tactics. So he did tell me that, and I just didn't believe him. When they said something about Larry's saying, Larry's saying something, I'm like, man, y'all need to have Larry. That's what I'm thinking, because I know Larry's not there. That's what I'm thinking, because I know I talked to him. So yeah, so I don't, like I said, but from my understanding over the years, people that talked to him, they said that he's told people exactly what I just told you about what happened. He's told a lot of people. He's smart enough. He's not going to, I guess, not going to tell he wouldn't tell you maybe, but he's told a lot of people. He's told a lot of people different versions. But he's telling people in prison that he put it on me because he was facing death penalty, because he had a baby on the way, and because he felt that I snitched on him. He's saying that's why. And if he would have seen the interrogation or heard the interrogation tapes, he would have known that wasn't true.